Do we just go Jax? I mean, the reason I hate playing Jax into Renekton is every single time I've done this, I get camped and then I get no help, like consistently. It's every single time I like bully him. 3-4 ganks later, I'm like, okay, well, I can't really lane against him now because his Q out trades my entire combo. And then my jungler is like, oh, I can't gank a losing lane. He's trying to use Rage Q. At a certain point, Rage Q becomes unavoidable. I just need to like eat it to get a good trade in, you know? Did he not see that coming though? Was there any way I could have gotten out of there alive? I don't think so. What champion do I usually cling to? None. I'll throw away a champion like nothing, dude. I'm not particularly attached to anyone. There's some play styles I really like. If I feel a champion is bad, I'm not gonna continue to play a champion that I think is bad. Wait, did it not buy my boots?
Who's next?
Should I go Merc Treads? I feel like I should actually just go Merc Treads. Even though this kind of leaves me open to dying to Renekton. Stun, stun, stun. And hard stuns, and you also have a stun, you know? I'm still waiting for a game to give me the same tingles as WoW rating without the monthly sub or the insane time investment required. So you're asking for a game to give you the same feeling without the time commitment, and also you want it to not cost money. And you wonder why MMOs are dying. Now don't say, oh, but Hashinshin, I mean, I don't play MMOs either because of that exact reason. I'm just saying that it's clear they're gonna die when everyone, me included, doesn't want to pay the money and doesn't want to put in the time, but still wants it to feel the same. I think that's worth it just because it gets me fed. By the way, by today's inflation, paying $15 a month should be basically nothing, but you can blame all profits and economic growth going to the 1% for, you know, that. Well, for those of you who say, oh, isn't Transcendence useless because you go SphereStalker? So here's the thing, after level 10 and for now 3 levels, it's been pretty good.
They will greet you as heroes.
I think I should have jumped in on that Tristana, but I don't know. I have to imagine a lot of other people did too. That was weird. It was like I was stunned, but I also wasn't stunned. It wasn't letting me move my character, but it let me attack him. Well, not much I can do there. Oh my good lord. If my team would stop being themselves for like 3 seconds and did a roleplay, and did a roleplay of a slightly more competent team. Blaming team doesn't win you games. I'm sorry if I've been blaming my team. Pretty sure I've just been like pushing and holding them off and actually trying to win the game. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'd blame my team in this situation. Have you seen my team, Twitch chat? Wait, why did my Sterix not pop? I took all that. You're telling me I didn't take all that damage in a burst? Riot, is that what you're trying to tell me? I think in this situation we go Wit's End. Why? Because I'm so fed that snowballing is the best option. And if Guardian Angel is procced on me, we're very likely just gonna lose the fight anyway. So I guess I revive into a losing fight, you know? If this was a normal game, then if I proc Guardian Angel, I would likely have my team manage to mop up. But does this really look like a normal game to you, Twitch chat? Okay. Jax is too healthy for that damage. After the nerfs to Conqueror, Conqueror again, Conqueror again, Conqueror again, then Jax again, you have absolutely no argument whatsoever to call Jax overpowered. Even in games like that where he gets ridiculously fed, Jax's overall win rate and pick rate are absolutely average. This is probably one of the most average champions in the game right now. His balance is absolutely average. Even when you look at it, Twitch chat, and you say, aha, but what about Diamond Plus? Okay, great, so it becomes slightly higher. Aha, what about Masters Plus? Okay, so it becomes slightly higher. This still isn't out of line. Plus, the reason, and obviously, like, I could probably find the data to back this up, okay? I highly suspect, and will say, the reason that Jax's win rate goes up as you reach Masters and Challenger comes down to one simple fact. Once you reach Masters and Challenger, top becomes the most autofill lane. Yes, even above support. When you take a snowball-y champion like Jax, fight autofills who feed you kill, it's pretty obvious he's gonna do pretty well. I would actually say the opposite happens to Aurelia. I would actually say the opposite happens to a lot of champions like Aurelia and Renekton. Because top lane is the most autofill lane, and because these champions are hardcore lane bullies, most of the time, a lot of the time in fact, what you fight in top lane isn't normal. What you fight in top lane are people who try to stonewall the lane because they're autofill and they just want to go even. So you'll fight a lot of like Tom Kench, you'll fight tanks, you'll fight people playing tank Karma top. You know how I can prove that one too? Here, let me actually show you how I can prove that one's true. Look at the pick rate of top lane compared to other lanes. Look at support. Look at the pick rate in Masters Plus support. Look at these massive pick rates. People pick the best champions. Now look at bot. Once again, massive pick rates. People pick the best champions. Middle's a bit complicated, but basically, since practically fucking anything gets played middle, what's best in middle tends to actually get randomly assigned. But then look at jungle. Once again, we've got high pick rates. But once you go to top lane, even at Masters Plus, the only champion with a high pick rate in top lane is Aatrox. And even then, it's mostly people trying to first time him or pick him because they thought he was overpowered who do very poorly with him. And then look, and then once again, we got this thing where like no one can play anything. How many of these champions are picked that can't really hard carry a game, but just stonewall completely? Gangplank, Kennen, Nico, Akali, Karma, Ryze, Tom Kench, Gnar, Rumble. I mean, and like compare that to, let's say, bot lane. How many times, like what can stonewall bot lane? What do you pick in bot lane when you're auto-filled bot and you're like, I just want to play this champion to go equal? Maybe Sivir, maybe Caitlyn, but it's not really the same thing, is it? Like it's support. What do you pick on support when you're like, I don't want to lose lane, but I don't want to win it either? Nothing really, right? The thing about Karma top, what you have to consider, here's something I think you guys really need to consider about win rates, and this is why when you guys talk about win rates, when you get higher ranked, okay, when you get into Masters or Challenger, you must maintain a positive win rate. They've actually rigged the system that way. That's true. One of the changes they did earlier this season is you must maintain a positive win rate to maintain your Masters or Challenger. You cannot, even if you go completely equal in every lane, if you get, let's say you get to 400 LP, Grandmasters. If at 400 LP you have a 50% win rate, you will slowly lose LP. If you actually look at this, now I don't know if I can prove this by this, but let's try. If you actually look at this, you'll see that many champions, do you see how like the pick rate, other than this weird shift into Diamond, but like once you get into Masters, do you see how the average win rate starts to increase? Because anyone playing at these ranks has to have a positive win rate. When you look at champions that can only stonewall lane but not really win, champions like Karma, they're gonna have a negative win rate because champions or players in Masters and Challenger will consistently be fed games where they're expected to hard carry. If I played nothing but tank Karma top, right? I would win lane every single game, but I would lose probably over half my games. Why? Because at a certain point, the matchmaking system will chuck you into games that aren't equal. And that's actually what a lot of people complain about. The matchmaking system lately has not been chucking you into equal games. That's a huge complaint people have, that you always need to hard carry in Modern League. It didn't used to happen in the past. In the past, you could go 50% win rate and still actually climb if you won the right games and lost the right games. Nowadays, you can't. It's actually just impossible.